Last time I created this diner scene and I want to keep adding items to it, and so I'm going to do that. First thing I think I want to do is to take some of this stuff and move it to another layer. This makes it a little bit easier for me. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll select the table, Shift S cursor to selected, and I'm going to make a sugar jar. I won't put any sugar in it, mind you. It'll be an empty jar. Okay, so I'm going to come up to another layer though, and I'm going to go Shift A, Mesh, Circle. I'm going to scale this down in object mode because I know it's going to be pretty big. That's good enough for the time being. Go into edit mode, E and S, and close off the bottom, E and S, E and Alt M, merge it center. I'll go into edge mode. I'm going to select that edge, E to extrude, and I'm going to bring it up. And I think I'm going to bring up all the way, something like that. And then I'm going to put in two edge loops, maybe scale in the Z, and we'll separate them out like this. And then we'll, in face selection, we'll grab all of these, E, scale, Shift Z, and we'll bring them in. Okay, next thing I want to do is two edge loops again, scale them out again, just like that. Okay, now we'll, in face selection, Shift Alt and click all of that, and then come down to select, check or deselect. That'll allow me to just have every other section selected, and T to bring up the toolbar. I'm going to choose extrude individual, and I'm going to click it, and I'm going to push upwards. Push up, and that's going to bring them in a little bit. Okay, I'll come in maybe about that much. Deselect. Let's see what we should do. Let's come down here and put an edge loop here, and let's put another edge loop there. See if what that's like. We'll be doing a sub D surface very soon. Let's put a couple of edge loops here, and I'm going to go Control B and pull back to make a region like that, and I'm going to go E, scale, Shift Z, and I'm going to pull out to make sort of like the thread on the glass jar. All right, let's come over to solidify, and I'm going to change this thickness to 0.04, sort of thick glass for a sugar container. I'm going to apply that, and then I'm going to apply a subdivision surface. I'll start with 2 in shading, and you can see what we are left with. I might consider putting an edge loop here. Let me just try it and see if I like it any better, or if I want those areas a little bit less defined than that. Looks a bit like a Greek pillar. Let me undo that and see. I think I might go, no, I guess I will put them in. All right, but I might not push them up that high. Okay. Yeah, I like that. All right, so that's going to be the base of my sugar jar. I'm not going to apply the subdivision surface. All right, now I'm going to do the lid. Shift A, UV sphere, bring it up and scale it down. Pop it right there, front view. Let's go into edit mode and wireframe, and vertex selection, deselect, and then B, box select all those lower vertices and delete them. A, and select it all, and S, Z, scale it in the Z, flatten it out a bit like that, and scale it a little bit. Let's bring it down, see how well it fits. I can scale it some more. Okay, let's get out of wireframe and grab this edge, Shift Alt E to extrude, and pull it down. I'll have to scale it a bit bigger. All right, let's select it all and S to scale, just so it fits like that. Let's grab that edge and bring it down a bit more to maybe around there. All right, let's go Control R a couple times, Control B, make a little region, and E, S, Shift Z, pull it out a bit. You know, that kind of thing. Let's go ahead and add solidify of 0.03, and let's just collapse that for the moment, and a subdivision surface of 2 with smoothing. Let's try that. See how that fits. I might want to do something else here. I might want to grab this and pull it down a little bit more. That kind of thing. Let's go into this, and in top view, actually front and top view, let's switch over to face selection, and I'll choose these faces, X, and delete those faces. So I got some thickness there. I might want to go to 4 and just leave it at that. Now I'm going to Shift Alt and click that edge there, Shift D, P to make it a new object. And yeah, I didn't apply the solidify on that, so let's go ahead and come out of here for a second. Grab that one, get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. All right, I've still got subdivision surface on it, that's fine. Let's go into edit mode and vertex, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these 2 points and go F to make a face and W to, and then subdivide. These 2 points, face, W, and subdivide, and then I'm just going to go around and make faces. I don't think I have that intelligent face, no I don't, thing on, so I'm going to select them all. That's all right. So I'm going to make faces for all these quads. Yeah, okay. Okay, there we go. Come out of that for a second. Let's do origin of geometry for that. I can try just solidify on that as well. I'll bring it up though. And 0.04, maybe 3 for that. And hit smoothing, push it down in roughly. Maybe I'll scale it a bit in object mode, that kind of thing. And that would actually be it. Let me go ahead and apply that, and just the sub D's. Okay. The only thing that I'll do is I'll experiment with the position of this and see if I like a particular position better. I'll come down back to the original position. Okay, so let's grab all of that, M, and move it back to the first layer. All right, and we'll scale it. Might be a little bit tall. So I'm going to scale in the Z, and I'll make it a little bit shorter and fatter. I'll start with that. So I'm going to do some materials. This is going to be glass, so let's split the screen. T and T, node editor, N to close that. Let's click new. Let's get rid of this, and let's just put down shader glass. Beckman, all that looks good. Right over to the surface, and that's just basically done. Let's call this glass. All right, and I can close this up. And for this part, I'm going to choose metal, and make sure I do that for this one as well. And I'll just think about the orientation. I think I'll move this around, rotate in the Z. Let's look from side view. Okay, let's put one on the other table as well. Shift D. But I'll rotate Okay, so what we can do is we can do a render of part of it. Let's do Control B and grab that section and just press F12. I've got it on a lower rendering setting, so it won't be as long. Just to start getting a sense of what it looks like. All right. Okay. So we've got a bowl. Wonder if we need a plate. There's the denoising coming in. All right. So you can see it there. It's very shiny. It's brand new. Okay, let's escape out of that and then Control Alt B to clear that. All right, so let's all my stuff is there. Let's go to another layer and let's do a quick plate. Very simple plate. The circle, I'll scale it down. ES, ES, E, Alt M, merge at center. And then we'll take this edge here, E, I'll bring it up a little bit, and I'll scale it out. E, and I'll scale out a bit more, like that. And I think I need to bring those down. Let's grab that center section and maybe we can scale it out. I'll hit E and I'll bring those down a little bit, but then I'll scale in. Let's just try that. Let's try solidify 0.03, 0.02, maybe the default was fine, and subdivision surface, T and smoothing. That's my plate. I just want to decide if I want a bit more of if I want it a little bit deeper is all. All right, let's apply that. And let's move this back to the first layer and see where we can put it. And where are you? There you are there. Maybe I don't need one on both tables. Maybe it'll just be over here on this table. Or it could be under the bowl too. Okay, and let's give this material bowl, I guess. Yeah. Let's see if I can let's Control B and just bevel that. Bevel, yeah, Control B, bevel. Just render that and see if I got what I wanted. I did it without lights, but that's all right. My lights are on the next layer, so I have to shift click to, you know, select them as well. I wonder if the coffee cup would go good on that. I might try that, just so it's not just sitting there. Okay, let's get out of that. Let's leave that. Let's see if I bring this over, if I can do this. selection is still there, so I'm going to shift click the second layer and I'll hit F12 again. Just check that out. And they'll do a render, and that will probably be it for this video. Might be a little bit big for a saucer for a coffee cup or a teacup, but it still could look okay just sitting there like that. Yeah. Although I don't see the indentation anymore. I might actually want to make it a bit smaller. Let's come into this. Scale Shift Z. Now, what I'll do is I'll select the cup and hide that, and I'll make this a little bit bigger. Not, maybe it's sticking through the floor. Let's see. No, that's all right. Let's do that. Let's grab all of this and come out, and let's Scale Shift Z like that. Let's bring back the coffee cup. Let's do it some more. Not that. Hide. Grab that. Scale Shift Z. Let's come out some more. Run into another edge, won't I? Let's grab that ring too. Scale Shift Z. There we go. Okay, let's give that a try. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll render the scene, and I'll come back and I'll show you what we got. All right, and here it is. This is my render showing the sugar container here. I decided I would just do one of those, and I've got the little saucer with the coffee cup there. That's the original size. So I just did it at 70% at sampling of I think 300 or 350 with the denoise on. So it wouldn't take too long. All right, so I'm game to keep adding things to this. So come on back another time, and we'll see what we can do for this. Thanks for watching.